Guys, it's your boy Dale or that Forex Kid on TradingView. So, what I want to share with you guys today is people always wonder when is a good time to buy anything, stocks, currencies, anything. And this video is going to be a short video just explaining, guys, in order for anything, a stock, a cryptocurrency, any of those things to go up, it must make on the weekly or the monthly time frame, it must make higher lows. So if you're trying to get in on something and it is showing you signs exactly like what's going on with Bitcoin right now, it's just shooting straight up, and you miss the train and you're not sure where to buy on, you could pull up something like the 200 EMA or the 100 EMA, and then you only buy when price gets close to those levels. If you had done so back in, let's say this is 2018, if you had done so in 2018, you call Bitcoin at the bottom of this run and you would have been in on it, and you could have also done so in 2020. So it is happening quite often in Bitcoin where it's coming back to the weekly EMAs. Is coming quite often back to the weekly EMAs. So no, this time is no different. So we are going to see Bitcoin come back to these levels very soon. We don't know when exactly, but if you missed out on the train, it's quite obvious you want to get in at a level. Wait until Bitcoin comes back to the 200 EMA on a weekly. That's if you're not sure where to buy. It's a simple strategy. It's going to happen one day. The market is going to tumble, and it is a game of patience. For me personally, how I do it is I would buy at these levels. This is just my strategy because I want to start a position, because I obviously, as a trader, you realize that you cannot predict the future no matter what. So I would enter into the positions I would like to enter into at not any price, but right now there's a pullback, I would enter. And me knowing that, hey, Bitcoin can pull back to these levels, I know that, hey, if things go south, my position could take like a 30% windfall, and that's okay. That's where I would start to get into it heavily, as long as it shows signs that it's going to rebound. So you see right here that you're going to be looking, once it gets back to the EMAs, it's going to make a higher low, which is basically what it did back in, that was the start of Corona. That was back in March 2020. So you got the higher low, you got it from the lows to the high. You probably got a few 100%. You got like 1,000% off the lows. So when Bitcoin does do this, we're gonna see what happens. But I expect it to one day pull back down to these EMAs. Might not be at current prices, but the fact that we could have such wild sell-offs, you don't rule out the fact that, hey, maybe it could drop back down to 24,000. Not being bearish or anything, it's just you need to have your awareness up. So when it does happen, you're not caught off guard. You understand that this is how price works. Let's look at something else like Apple. Apple, as good as the stock is, and Apple is way better than Bitcoin in terms of what it does, what it produces. It's a much better investment than Bitcoin. I'm not saying Bitcoin is bad or anything, but just over the years, Apple has been a very good stock, and even a very good stock, you know, you could see that it consistently has moments where it's gonna pull back to the weekly 200 EMA. Look how many times in the past. So we're looking in the past 10 years. Let's say in the past. Let's do it from 2010. From 2010, you've had it pull back once, twice, three times, four times, and we're waiting. We are waiting on that right now, and that's not to say that, hey, uh, it necessarily didn't go higher when it didn't touch the EMAs. But if you're unsure where to buy, that's just a strategy you could use. I'm just sharing it with you guys as we go along.